Hey, all right. I just, I was just pointing out the fact that somebody might be on the Comedy Store wall via Mitzi Shore. Before, God rest her soul, she passed away. Mitzi Shore saw it fit for me to work my way up. And I'll tell you, without any recommendations, even from, say, a female comic that I took on the road who recommended other people, not me. Fair enough. But on on the Wall by Mitzi Shore, prior to her passing away, God rest her soul, the queen of comedy, the queen, king, prince, and princess of comedy, the soul of laughter, the truth of, and this was the thing, you might not, and Mitzi might not even think someone was funny per se, but unique, but different. Mitzi actually said specifically to me that I was very funny. She goes, she said exactly, you're very, very funny. You're a school teacher. That's interesting. That's what she said to me. I go, oh my God, thank you. And I couldn't wait to get away from her because I was scared to death. I shit myself. When Mitzi Shore would walk, when Mitzi Shore came into, when Mitzi Shore would come into the, oh wait, you know what? I have to make sure of one thing. But yeah, when Mitzi Shore would come in, everybody working there would shit their pants. Every single comic would shit themselves because if you were dressed wrong, if you were said the wrong thing, anything happened. Gone, fired. See you. Good to know you. Boom, boom. Sorry, sorry. Bye, bye. And literally, if Mitzi banned a person from doing comedy because a guy named Doc, she banned him from doing comedy because she thought he was someone else. So she's like, get him out of here. I don't want him doing comedy. He's horrible. She thought he was someone else, banned him. Hysterical. But Mitzi, man, you did not mess with her. Anyway, I have a friend of mine that I've known about 15 years from back at this place called Sportsman's Lodge, which was like the Wild West of comedy. Back in the days as open micers, you could do 2-3 shows in a night minimum, sometimes 4 shows in a night. If you got to enough places, people would go, you sign up, everyone signs up, and then you go boom, 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 and you go do your shows, and you get 3-4 shows in a night, and everyone worked from together. Brittany, how you doing, love? How's the baby and everything? I hope everything's good. So I want to welcome my good friend, comic buddy, open micer rebel, fucking Brian Fig. Fig!
Fig, you dig? Friggin' first
Yeah.
team all Wilmington. I love the lettuce because I love the burger. And life is
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Life is great. How you doing, David? It's so good to see you still performing.
Well, I mean, right now, I don't know that anyone is. You know what I'm saying?
Look, man, like Mother Nature said, if Mother Nature made it easy for you, you'd never move. And I ain't never
That's
seen
so
you
true.
stand still. I never seen
I
you
have to
stand
see if I
still.
got you. Let's see. Wait a second. Okay. I just least professional fucking podcast in the world. I had to make sure on my own phone that it was actually going through. That's who I am.
I love it.
So, yeah. So, guys,
Put the
Brian Figueroa. Drew's on here. Drew, pop in. I sent you a link. I sent you a fucking link. Why are you going to come in like that? Come on in. Drew is back at the fucking. Drew was back at the Sportsman's Lodge. So, Brian, tell him what got you into comedy back in the day.
All right, what happened was I was selling Cadillacs and Hummers when I was in Delaware, I always dabbled in like trying to make people happy. And I was always jealous of the dude that could go out on stage and grab a microphone. And like, look, I'm not going to dog any musicians, but like, you're hiding behind a guitar. You're hiding behind a guitar. Comic walks out there with nothing except his power of vocabulary and his understanding of vibe. And it's like the definition of leadership. Either you're a varsity linebacker or you're just a footnote on freaking red team scout, you know? So like I was a cheerleader. I tried to stand, and that's the thing about LA. LA will lie to you. It'll tell you that you got a future. It'll tell you that like you got something nobody else has. And the only thing that anybody has is preparation. It's preparation, man. It's just preparation. That's like what performance is. It's a percentage of the form that you have in your head before you go. And the only thing that's going to get you through, besides charisma, is prior preparation. Because anybody can go out and burn through second 1, second 2. What are you going to do at minute 5? What are you going to do at minute 10? Either you're directing things or you're just a fellow passenger on the time flow that's going by. So if you want to attract people's attention, command what you're saying, think about what you're saying, and then outlook every dead end and don't include it. Every freaking word is $5. And if you don't prepare, you're just like an architect trying to build a house out of mud because nobody taught you what steel was, you know?
I get exactly what you're saying. Yeah, no, but I mean, remember, but now let me ask you this, though. See, when me and you were doing comedy, now we weren't in the heyday of comedy. We actually started doing comedy after comedy died.
In the lull.
Like people recognize Jeff Ross for roast battle and stuff and his impressions. They don't recognize him for being part of the group that killed comedy back in the 80s. Like the Barry Soul. I love Barry Soul.
Watch a movie and be moved by the movie without understanding that the director was going in one direction without saying anything. It's the same guy who takes a picture of the beach and like turns like saturation all the way up and turns like vivid all the way up, and the next thing you know, you're in Miami Vice, and you think somebody's a genius, and they're not. They're just colorblind. And these are the cats on stage.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. And now here's the thing, though, is that when we started doing it, comedy had basically died for a couple of years already. Before we even started doing it, comedy was dead. And
yeah,
we were getting
into like the freaking Chinese massage parlor, got his pedicure on.
Exactly,
and there was a vacuum of talent.
That exactly, and so, Drew, what are you doing, Drew? Come in.
Actually,
come on the show, Drew.
There he is. Hey, I'm back. I was just walking Steven out to the car. Steven out.
Walking or carrying? Walking or carrying? Be honest. No,
no. He kind of did that little crip walk kind of thing, and just just.
And when you say car,
like this,
when you say car, do you mean? Huh? Do you mean when you say car? Do you mean electric power scooter? I'm kidding. I actually love him. You know, he's a legend from back in the day. No, I love Stephen Allen Green. Actually, he's actually I've known him. I've met him before. He's a legend from back in the day. Oh, so here's the deal. Absolutely. So we started doing the mics when you could do 2, 3, 4 mics a night. Easy. You can do 3, 4 mics a night.
Kelly Mike at Ireland's 32. Did you used to do
everywhere.
Hey, look what the fuck happened to Whitney. Look what the power of that. Look what the power of that with Whitney. You know what I'm saying?
What?
And she work.
Wait, what? What are you doing, Drew? Did you go on the space shuttle?
So every word that came out of her mouth was like a fucking dagger.
Who are we talking about?
Whitney Cummings.
Oh, what about her? You know the story about her, right?
She sold her 2 shows for $200 million. Right? She sold the shows for $200 million.
Yeah, but you know the story about her, right? Do you know the story about her? So Whitney
Oh, my phone's
Cummings.
fucking up now.
That's right. That's right. Listen, Drew. Listen, follow me on this. So Whitney Cummings.
Her and Ron Swallow had the same opening. My last name is Blah.
The way? Oh, Ron Swallows. Ron Swallows. He's a fucking hack shit. Here's the thing. Watch this. Follow this. Whitney Cummings was in Cannes the year before she started getting gigs. There was no reason for her to be in Cannes in France at the film festival, except for the fact, follow me, that Cannes Film Festival is a huge brothel. It's a huge prostitution ring. And so they get the new actors and actresses and the oil money people, the era, like Middle Eastern oil money people, the Middle Eastern oil money people pay good money to fuck all these B-rated and upper actors and actresses in Cannes.
Like Heather
And that's
O'Rourke from Poltergeist.
That's how they work, but that's how they work out the funding and everything for a lot of these. So Whitney Cummings was in France the year before she blew up for no reason, but she was there. I traced it. You can look it up. Anyone can Google it and you'll see she was in France a year before she ever should have been there for any reason. But she was out on the yachts. Now, I went to France in 97 and 98 for the Cannes Film Festival. And I went there working in marketing. I wasn't there as an artist. I was working in marketing. So I had behind the scenes access to all the parties. I was at Howard Stern's private parts party. I was at the MTV party with fuck's his face, the Nightmare Before Halloween or whatever. Tim Burton.
Robert Englund.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
Tim Burton. Tim Burton. I was at Tim Burton's party, all these different parties, right? But see, when you go to these parties, you see insane shit. And then out in the water in Cannes, there's the yachts. And you always thought that the yachts were all the actors and actresses, like the big ones, partying and stuff. It wasn't. It's all the oil, the Arabic money people, the princes and kings and stuff. It's all of them out there, and they're buying the actors and actresses, but to the degree where some of them like to shit on them, piss on them, do different weird shit, kinky, weird, freaky stuff, all this stuff, and they pay for it. It's all been exposed over the years. And it came out big time. But yeah, she was there in the year before she blew up. I think it was 2007 or something like that. But she was there.
Hey, David. You ever been like at like a football game and you got to take a leak? So you get up out of your chair and you like go to like the bathroom, right? And then there's like some dude standing next to you and you can't piss. You know what I mean? You just need a second.
Yeah.
That's Whitney Cummings.
Yeah. That's her humor. Yeah, I like that. That's good. No, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying though. But people don't understand that there was a
That's
whole
how
happening, you know.
I've told
If
my
you're a
kids,
Bedouin.
I've told my kids since they were little that, you know, if you want to do something, you practice it. You practice and practice. And you know what? She was the most diligent of all of us at practicing. She was out doing 2 or 3 sets.
Is that Perry? Is that Perry?
That's true.
No, it's true. No, Perry is 86.
No, he's 86.
He's 80.
No, Drew. Before you, I'm not to be mean, but I'm going to stop you for 1 second, and I'll tell you why. It's the same thing they said about Chris D'Elia. That guy did so many shows, right?
I remember. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wouldn't you have got him, Drew, if you could have got him that easy based on your dad? He got shows everywhere because his dad was the biggest producer in Hollywood.
Right.
Wait, but so, of course, we would have all done 17 fucking shows a night. If we were guaranteed to walk in, get up, go, move on, next one, and we could take our $1 million car and everything else and all our money.
Talking
Hey,
about
you know
Chris
what?
D'Elia.
Pauly Shore had a, he could have been nothing. He could have just sat around, just enjoyed the money. He dug in. Some people dig in, and they get
Wait. Before you say that, I was there when Pauly Shore was first doing comedy. Let me just tell you,
Right.
underaged, I was going to the Comedy Store watching comedy. So let me tell you ahead of time, Pauly Shore had the influences of fucking Richard Pryor. He had the influences of Sam Kinison. He had the influences of Rodney Dangerfield. He had the influences of Mort Saul. I could go on. And he came
What
up
did he
with the
do with the
Weasel.
Head Start, David, shut up.
Yeah, he came up with the Weasel. He came up with the Weasel. That's what he did. He came up with shit, weak comedy, hack,
Right.
fucking wicked. Look at me. I'm the Weasel. But he had Richard Pryor and stuff
Right.
banging his
But
mom and
he had
telling
a
him.
golden spoon and 3 orifices. I mean, just he did.
Just
But
like
you know
they
what? He
told
could have
freaking
done
Frank
nothing.
Sinatra.
Hold on. He could have done zero. Everybody knows who he is. He makes
Instead, he
$5-10
took
grand a night.
people's stage time and their movie time. Agreed.
Oh!
He could have been like his brother Peter. He could have been like his brother Peter and became a fucking successful lawyer. Peter's the reason the Comedy Store is open.
Okay.
Peter does all that. Peter owns the whole fucking thing. He's the bomb. He's the brilliance behind it all. Has been forever. And nobody's ever known who he was. But yeah, Peter's the motherfucker who's been the mastermind behind all of the Comedy Store since Mitzi kind of backed off. And so, in truth, no. Pauly Shore took the advantage of having everything. Like, it's like being Mario Andretti's son, and you go on to race go-karts as a man.
You know what? Remember when we had that party on Victory? Do you remember that?
On where?
Victory by the freeway, when I had that big party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the guy that owned that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was renting there for like 10 years, right? He was scraping by a little tiny business, and he had an option to buy the place, and it came up and he bought the place, right? It took all of his fucking money. He was dying for cash, right?
Yeah.
His son sold the mini cars, the little car models, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? And was like, he wanted to buy the property. He wanted to turn it into like a Disneyland for mini cars, right? It had all these pipe dreams. So I walked in there to buy a $250 car. We wound up buying that property. My friend bought it, and we flipped it. And just before, like, that was 2004, just before the real estate market crashed, 2008. And there was a lot of warning signs. It was like the roller coaster going just before the right.
Oh yeah, I sold a house right before it, 300-some thousand in Palmdale.
Absolutely right. That probably was worth 150 on the other side of the rainbow.
Right.
So,
As soon as
yeah. But I had to deal with the son and the attitude, and I did the guy a favor. I mean, I bought the property. He had somebody at 2.1 million. My friend and I bought it for 2.2 million. We flipped it for 2.6 million. But it was like my friend put his balls up. He put the money up. It was a crazy fucking deal. His dad was a broker. He had a heart attack in the middle of the deal. I had to finish the deal without him. It was wackadoodle. I was dealing with his attorney, and it was just the most wackadoodle thing. I made $100,000. I wasn't working. I couldn't walk. Right.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
I made $100,000, on the fucking deal. And just like I had money because of that deal. That costed me for a long fucking time. And just now that I'm working, I'm good at what I do. But that was just the weird. But having that property, we kept the property for 6 months just to play with. That was like
but you didn't have a lot, and you took what you guys had, and you made some more. If your dad was fucking Galpin Motors owner, you'd be a failure.
My dad went out for a pack of smokes when I was 10 years old, never came back. I mean, that's
the thing.
Story,
Let me just tell you, the fact that he lasted 10 years is amazing. I've met him. Here's the thing. What I'm saying is,
ugly kid. Is that what that
was? What I'm saying is,
I heard when I was born, the doctor slapped my ass, and the nurse got a couple shots in too.
Nice. But with Pauly Shore, what I'm saying is, you took whatever you had and you're making better with it. Pauly Shore took gold and turned it into copper. You know, and I'm not being a dick. I mean, I actually like his movies.
Oh yeah.
Everyone likes his movies. Anyone who tells me his movie sucks, I hate them because you've watched it and you enjoyed it. And shut up. It's cotton candy. Yeah, it's bullshit. But they're fun movies to watch. They're fun to watch.
Right.
And people, you know,
you have to be a stone to watch it as the people that made it. But yeah, I get it. You know,
that's the thing. Yeah. I mean, I always try and get into the mood of the actors and stuff that are in the movies. Like when I watch a Pauly Shore movie, a lot of times when I'm watching a Pauly Shore movie or a D'Elia movie, I'll fuck underage girls just so I can get how they feel because they both do that and got caught. You heard about D'Elia, right, Fig?
Yeah.
But was that great? Come on.
You think it would have been Crystal Legal? You think it would have been Crystal Legal? Nope.
Crystal Legal.
My Crystal Legal. Crystal Legal. Like
get a drink. Be funny. Oh my God! Don't be quiet. Talk.
He's the same guy that goes out there and tells you that fucking crabs are 6 inches. He's full of shit.
Are you guys ruining my podcast?
What's that?
What are you guys ruining the podcast? Be interesting.
Oh, okay.
You were supposed to be interesting while I walked away.
I'm going to juggle. And
do you see why we all ended up doing open mics?
Some of those mics are closed to some of us.
I'm proud of no. You know what? Like Burger, I remember when you started out and you fucking went to you went to 2 years and over thing when you were 2 years and under and you killed it.
I always thought Burger was Roger Rod.
What's that? You want to cross Burger with Roger Rod?
Roger Rod is the biggest reason to hate white people. Is Roger Rod still alive?
I don't know. He disappeared off the face of the earth. I've been looking for him.
Yeah, he was a gambler, dude, like a poker guy at Commerce.
Right.
He was on the commercial. Like, I'll teach you poker.
Right. So
yeah,
you were like, well, what is he out? Is he out in the desert?
You know who's got the best career out of everybody on that old open mic? Fancy Ray is running Minneapolis right now.
Good for
him.
Run for
Fancy Ray. Fancy Ray.
I remember him.
Best looking man in comedy.
Oh Fancy shit! Ray. What's he doing?
He's running Minneapolis right now. He could run.
He's running for Congress.
He should. He's doing commercials.
He's going to be the best looking man in Congress.
And like he's doing 6 commercials a week, self-produced. He's doing great. Like he took it for real. Like
wait a second. Wait. Are these online commercials? Like I'm a superstar because I have a podcast type of thing, and 4 people watch every now and again.
Charging.
He does like commercials from the meat market, or he does commercials from like the audio, video.
No shit.
Warehouse, or
well, yeah.
He's doing. Look, we all got a choice every time the fucking sun comes up. It's either fucking do something or be nothing. You know, what do you want to do?
That's true.
And like the consolation prize is, hey, the sun's coming up tomorrow. We can start again. You want to talk about some fucking first world? God damn, this is why my people left Cuba, so we could sit here and do nothing every day for years and still get ahead. Fuck.
I like your anger, Fake. I wish your phone was better, but I like your anger.
My phone's good. It's just my Wi-Fi. My neighbor doesn't pay the bill.
Don't you hate that?
That's what brings the anger. It's good. It's motivation.
I'm in here at 320p.
I actually learned something. I have the microphone. I have my practice amp up.
Yeah.
Right. And it had the microphone on it, on my phone.
Yeah.
And now everybody, like my friend Johnny's sitting here. We can both hear you guys fine. It's fucking cool.
But earlier, that was insane.
I'm gonna try.
How do you make the green screen?
I have a green screen.
But
What
like,
else?
how do you like? Where's your chroma key? I'm trying to figure it out.
It's through Spreaker. Through my
What?
program. It's through the program.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I use a podcasting program.
Right. So just let me break it down to you, Fig. He's got people that are under 25 in the house, so he understands technology. Okay, go ahead, Bert.
What he's trying to say is, Vic, what he's saying is, I'm on the wall at the Comedy Store by Mitzi Shore before she died. These people over here, look, these people over here, after she died. After she died.
AD.
See Mark Maron over here? Mark Maron before she died.
Before
Me?
BC.
Before she died. Yeah, before BM. We're BM, unfortunately. Unfortunately, we're not bowel movement. We're before Mitzi.
Before Mitzi.
I'm going to say we're BMS.
Right,
I'm going to go with BMS.
BMS. How about people that had sex with Mitzi? People
I'm
that
going
had sex
with
with
DMS.
Mitzi.
Yeah, DMS is here. This is all DMS.
Okay.
During Mitzi Shore. This is all
AD.
AMS after Mitzi Shore.
AMS.
And but yeah,
So
you know what's
tell me
funnier though? You know what's crazy?
Everything now is PMX.
Well, look at this. Ready? You see me right here?
Right.
And you see the name right here?
Right.
You see who that is?
I can't make it up. I can't see it.
Fortune Feimster.
Wow.
You know who she is? She's on TV and everything. She's a lesbian. Here's the cool part about this. Do you know that I am the only person, the only guy who's ever been on top of Fortune Feimster?
Wow. Well, thank you for the world tour up to that punchline. But that was cool. That was nice. It was good. It's nice to get out of the house and get a little air. So yeah, that was good.
Drew,
that was a good work. That was a good walking to the joke.
Oh yeah.
The what?
I get it. So what? She has 3 holes, or what's her problem?
Who?
Feimster.
Oh, she's doing big. She's doing big shit, man. She's on TV everywhere.
Really? 4 holes.
Yeah.
She got 4 holes.
4 or 5. She's
4 or 5
a
holes.
huge lesbian, but like a hardcore lesbian, but she's very funny.
Okay.
Yeah, she's actually really nice. I mean, you know, I've never had a problem with her. She was always really nice to me.
Yeah. I went out to dinner the other night, and there's 2 huge women sitting at the next table, right? And they had this accent. I thought they were Irish. You know, so they're going on, oh, blah, 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 you know. So I said, pardon me, are you guys Irish? And she goes, that's Wales. I said, oh, excuse me, are you Wales Irish? And then they got really mad.
Shame on you. Shame on you, Drew. Shame on you for making it.
Shame on them for laughing.
Oh. But you know, it's funny though, because we look back and we think like, man, we did all these mics and we did all this stuff. And you know what? Thank God, like it was worth it because we're here now.
Comedy definitely helped me survive. There's no doubt about it.
Fig killed himself on that note.
Okay.
Everything became so real at that moment. He literally killed himself. She literally killed himself right then. He went, oh God, he's right. We've done nothing. Boom, offed himself.
There are a lot of people that have done it. You know, being out of comedy, you know, off and on for 10 years, and a lot of people have not grown. Some people have, you know, and I mean, you have grown. You just haven't walked into the right situation yet, but it's coming. You know what I'm saying? You got, you know, you have a direction.
Well, I mean, to be totally honest, I'm unbelievably heavily banned, but it's a very low key. Nobody straight out admits to the fact of it type of ban.
You know, Burger, everybody has a mom. Well, I'm sorry. Most people have a mom that says the stove is hot. Let me take that back. Everybody that has a mom that says don't touch the stove. Okay?
You
And-
have a stove?
You have a
Hey,
mom?
hey, tough crowd. Just like, all right. Let's suppose you went to another planet and everybody had a mom and everybody had a stove. Okay?
Just saying.
Just saying. Okay. So, but everybody's mom who has a stove would say, don't touch the stove because it's hot. Okay. And we are all the people that had that exact set of, if we provided that exact set of circumstances, that would touch the stove to prove the bitch wrong.
Right.
Okay. And that's who we are. Okay.
Yeah.
Show me, show me. We're like the Californians from the show me state. We just show me. I want to touch it. I want to feel it. And it's just a matter of, what you make real. I mean, I really wanted to do comedy. I really thought I could make a living, but I got 3 kids and how do you figure that out? And then this other job just blew up. I don't know. It just fucking blew up. And it's like, but it doesn't do my heart. My heart, I mean, when Fig was going on tonight, whatever he was smoking and drinking, I'd like to duplicate some night if I'm that strong. But my heart was going, just talking about old times, talking about,
Right? I saw it in both of you. You and Fig, your eyes lit up, grabbing a mic.
Absolutely.
Fig in the middle of his routine.
Like my favorite Fig story, right? We're walking along through the parking lot, sports lot. I give him a joint, right? He hands it back to me. He doesn't hit it, right? He fucking pukes, right? He goes, right? Just pukes, right? It goes like one of these, like kind of, you do with your nose. He wipes it with his mouth, right? And I hand it back to him, and he takes a hit. We just keep fucking right on walking. I mean, it was like one chord out of the song, and the song just kept playing. And that,
well, that was the times back then. You would drink until you puked, and then you drank, and then you went to do another show.
Right,
and you never had time to think about how bad you did on stage because in your
you did your first show. Look, you showed up doing your first show. You're like, "Hey guys, how's it going? I'm glad to be here. Listen, boom, 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 boom." Then you're like getting drunk and you're drinking. You're like, "Yeah, it's fucking great," And then you have a decent show. Then you go do your second show and you're like, "Yeah, because it's just fun times, right?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, okay," and you're like, "Okay." And then by your third show, you're just like, "Yeah, my mom was a whore." Who do we lose?
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
All right.
Who's not talking? Fig looks like he's about to talk. He might be talking. Fig looks like he's having an aneurysm right now.
I'm not. I'm not.
Fig literally looks like he's having a fucking aneurysm.
He knows how to like start his heart again. He does that.
It's because I'm happy to see you guys. I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to
Oh, it's fucking awesome, man.
Okay, you ready? You ready? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's all 3 get a motorhome.
Okay.
And go drive around the country doing comedy for people on top of the motorhome.
I love it. I would say, hey, how about when people are voting, let's go do comedy in the lines.
Just tow something behind.
Motorhome. We get a motorhome. We drive around the country and we do comedy on top of the motorhome, and we sell drinks out of the motorhome because cops have better things to do than deal with us.
Fellas, we're gonna get on the retirement home circuit. We'll be selling Ensure out of the back.
We'll get Perry Kurtz. We'll get Perry Kurtz to bartend.
Perry Kurtz to bartend.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Come on,
roller skates.
We all got money right now. Let's go.
I got the speakers.
Let's go.
We can do this.
You guys all want it?
Burger, okay.
Yeah.
5 more years. I need 5 more years of grinding where I'm at. 5 more years, and we'll do it.
I love that. I love the fact that Drew thinks he's gonna live 5 more years.
Yo, look, motherfucker, Drew ain't gonna die. He's like a fucking lantern fly. That motherfucker's all
I
spotted.
take all the pills.
You
The
think he's
doctor
done?
give me.
He's not. Ha ha ha. You fucking think he's dead? You run into him at the deli aisle at Ralph's.
He went to the doctor and he said, "How much more time do I have?"
He's standing there give me the pickle pimento loaf, sliced thin. He's like sliced thin.
He went to the doctor and asked the doctor, he goes, "How much more time do I have?" The doctor went, "You're still alive?"
No, the doctor, he told me, he says, "Hey, Drew," he says, "you got 6 months to live and you owe me $4,000. I said, "Doc, I can't pay $4,000 in 6 months." He's all right. I'll give you 2 years. So I'm just because of my credit.
You're off the motorhome, Drew.
That's it.
Yeah. You're now off the
Hey, you know,
motorhome.
when I met you guys, my fucking credit score was lower than my cholesterol. I was in dire straits. It's all turned around. But I am working hard. I work really hard, and I want to start an old comics home and do the old comics tour, and we'll have Perry Drive. It'll take 17 days to make it to fucking Texas.
It was fucking Paris, Prius,
If you're gonna
Prius,
do,
whatever he has.
if there was such thing as an old comics fucking home, the median age would be 36.
Yeah, that's so true.
Comedy's
Right.
just like it's where
Hey,
you
Fig,
go
Fig,
before
Fig,
you die.
Fig.
It's like
Fig, put your face closer. Put your face closer, Fig. Yeah, so we can just see one freckle. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. And Drew, be more in the dark, Drew. Be more in the dark, Drew. Look at Drew. He's not even a real person. He's just darkness.
Hey Ahab,
you.
I am
on
the
my
darkness.
Drubich.
Hold, I'm listening
I mean,
for two.
I've got two fucking people. I've got two people watching this. This is how interesting you guys are. I have two people watching tonight.
They
don't know who
we
whatever.
are.
We're like at least half a click above the fucking sunrise.
That's
Nobody
true.
watches that.
Hey, you know what? What time is it where you're at, Fig? What time is it where you're at?
It's whatever time you're at plus 3 hours.
So 1 a.m.
At least.
I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, if you're a bartender, you're like, yeah, it's all over. The hard work's
So-
done. No.
So are we taking off on the motorhome or not?
5 years. I need 5
Okay.
years.
So
I got Burger. I got 1 million. I need 2
we'll
million.
all meet up
When
at
I
my
got to
place
when
in New
I get 2
Mexico.
million, then the money's not an issue, and we could just do it. We'll
Yeah,
all do it. Right?
I'm going to give you guys the coordinates to my place in New Mexico. It's about 20 miles north of Taos, about 50 miles south of the Colorado border. It's up in the mountains. We got guns. We got provisions. We're fine. Just I got safety
Hold on.
issues with
Does
water.
the provisions fit into a bikini?
Yeah, look, man, you're gonna have to shape up and fucking get shipped down south back to Santa Fe because we're gonna win this fucking time. Because look, when the world falls apart, guys like you and me are gonna be creating art. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
No, I'm building a bunker here in Van Nuys. I'm building a bunker.
No. I mean, you're just paying to be disposable at this point. You need to get out of there.
Huh? I'm building equity,
You
man.
need to get out of there. You need to go
No,
to
Valley Glen's on fire, man. I got was that Valley West? What's it called? Off the freeway there, it says NoHo West. No, I got NoHo West.
North Hollywood.
I got the tiger by the tail. I get all the benefits of being a Republican. I just say, I'm Hillary. I'm Democrat. Yay.
You have all the benefits of being a Democrat, and you can speak English.
No, I mean, I'd be a great Republican because I own stock. I got fucking property. I just, but I hate taxes. I hate, I mean, if they stop Social Security, okay, I could still live. All right, that's the position I put myself in. I mean,
then give me the car.
Huh? Fuck you. And those rotten kids you got too.
I'm like, if you're gonna keep bragging about how much money you got, then just give me the car.
No, I have equity and I have money. I'm not
Yo,
liquid.
you guys think?
Look, I don't even have macaroni. I don't know about this equity food you're eating, but I don't even have macaroni.
Okay. Yeah,
Well, because my daughter's got celiacs and I can't have macaroni.
Really?
What?
Your daughter's what?
Got celiacs.
What does that mean?
Oh my God. Do you say, like, not even joking? I literally have to spend $7 for a fucking loaf of bread for her, is what it means, honestly. Because because all these rich ass people, right? They want their gluten free and this and that, but it's not really gluten free and it's not corn free or dairy free because they don't care. They just want to seem like they're following a trend. So then it's all super expensive. So for me to actually get what she needs, it's ridiculous expensive. Wow. And so, yeah, I literally, like, I for a loaf of bread is $7. For me to get her yogurts, each yogurt is like $2.50 because it has to be dairy free, corn free. She can't have dairy, corn, soy.
She is a product of our society because we add
her mom had a bunch of allergies.
Yeah, just everybody has allergies. My sister, she had environmental allergies. She was paralyzed for years. She owned 3 houses. She was killed.
Yeah, do you guys think the name Allergesus is a good name?
Allergesus?
for your new comedy career?
I'm Allergesus.
I like that you threw that in the middle of.
I'm allergic to everything.
He made sense out of it. He actually made it into a routine.
Allergesus.
Allergesus. God bless you. And bless you. Bless you and God bless you.
Remember the days.
I was sneezing at the fucking supermarket the other day. You guys, I don't fucking sneeze anywhere. And then I'm in the fucking supermarket and like every sneeze. And let me tell you what, it's like a face orgasm.
Oh, you feel like the devil. You feel like the devil.
Yeah, you bust a snot and you're like, ugh.
Yeah, if you cough, like anytime someone coughs, you know what I do? When I'm walking with my daughter and someone coughs, I go, COVID, they've got COVID. I say it out loud because I'm a dick.
Coronavirus.
Dude, when I live on the boardwalk, when they walk by, I fucking sneeze and hit them with the water gun.
Dang.
If I'm real pissed off, I'll hit them with the fucking bubble maker. You know, I'm like sending little landmines of fucking COVID into the sky, and they drop because of Moore's law of gases. They fucking land in front of the seagulls, and I'll throw some fucking goddamn French fries at those pricks too. Fucking that means I steal a bike. I'll take it.
Hysterical.
How do you like these guys that say Jesus will save me from COVID and don't wear a mask and come pack my church, and then they all start dying? What's your take on that?
But which ones started dying? Who started dying?
A lot of them. Like Herman Cain died.
Yeah, the same people who said, "Hey, Jesus, take the wheel," and I'm like, Jesus doesn't know what a fucking wheel is. Like,
yeah, Jesus was born at a wrong time. Yeah. You could maybe say, Jesus, take the reins.
Okay.
Yeah, like take the reins.
Jesus is not cruise control.
Hit the brakes.
No, yeah.
The master cylinder. Come on. The fucking traction control. But Jesus, take the wheel now. I'm pretty sure you and Jesus are going to come up with the same spot you're trying not to hit.
What were you asking, Drew?
I have no idea. No, I was like people that profess about not wearing masks and the COVID's fake and everything else, and they wind up dying, right?
Well, you know what it is?
And then all of a sudden, as they're dying, they get serious, and after they're dead, they're really serious.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. In all honesty, like in all truth, if we really wanted to be incredibly intelligent about the entire thing, it's one of a couple things in all truth. The fact is, this is a virus, pure and simple. I'm educated. I wear a mask in public because, one, we both know that I wore one before this shit. So we
Okay.
all know, everyone who knows me knows I hate people and I'm a germaphobe.
Okay.
So I wore the mask on public transportation and outside a lot of times anyway. I already had the masks before the pandemic.
Bam. Okay.
And what's up, Seifert? And so here's the thing. So I was wearing the mask anyway. So I don't mind wearing the masks. But to truly get pissed off at people who choose not to wear masks is weird too, because in a sense, if you wear a mask, that should protect you, if it really protects us. Now, remember, I was wearing a mask when they said, don't wear a mask because it won't protect you. But then it turned out they were wrong. And then they go, wear a mask, it will. And then they said, you can't have the religious things, but you can go to Home Depot. So we could have a bunch of people in Home Depot and Lowe's.
Not everything starts out right. White Castle, they were going to originally call it Not Black Castle, and then that didn't work, And then
so what happened? But so in the end, what really is going on is one of two things. Either the left has pulled some fucked up thing, or Trump, like I said when he first got elected, that he was a Trojan horse and this is New World Order shit. And he's literally handing everyone, all of them, where he was from to begin with, the Clintons and all of them who he supported and everything. He's handing them on a silver platter the world. And he's the salesman that you are at that level, though. Do you see what I'm saying, Drew? You're a salesman, right?
Right.
Now think about it. You really think for a second that Trump wouldn't have turned to him and went, okay, do you want the world? I'll give you the world on a platter. I'll have it for you like this, and it'll be yours. And they went, go for it. And he jumped in and became a Republican against the wishes of the Republicans, won, became president. Now, I like Trump. At the same time, I don't put it past the fact that he's a total Trojan horse and he New World Ordered us, and he's the one behind everything. If he's not the one behind everything, then Pelosi and Clinton and all those wackos are the ones behind everything. But it's either all of them or them. So it's either Trump and them or it's them. But the fact is, we're all fucked. We've all been New World Ordered. We've all been New World Ordered.
Right.
Like, I mean, that's the fact.
It could change. Like the company I work for, right? We were independent contractors, right? So I'm making six figures.
Right. I'm listening. Keep going.
Okay. So they change our deal. They make us employees, and they cut my base salary down to 50,000. Right. I'm making 120. They cut me down to 50,000, and they make the sales commission so tiny, right, that I made 56,000. Right. They hired my son at the same 50,000 base salary. Right. Spoiled the fuck out of him, ruined him. He wound up, he got fired for using the company credit card for a strip club. The company
I love your son.
Fuck you. So no, and you got to just hang on. I mean, the boss, he said, look, you made 120,000 last year. You're making 50,000 this year. Shut up. It's for the good of everybody else. And you just grin and bear it. And I ran up my credit cards. I just, I put myself in a pickle. And you grin and bear it. And then all of a sudden, now I'm making 250, so just, you work through it, and just,
right.
and that's how life is,
but let me ask you this though.
Yeah.
I get exactly what you're saying, but why is life like that, Drew?
You gotta listen to the man. I mean, I work for the man. My boss, the guy is a nice person. He's very nice with our people, but he is Trumper all the way.
But you'd rather be somewhere else. You'd rather be doing something else.
I started this when I was 49. Now I'm 60. I don't know if there's another shot like this in life. That's what I'm saying.
No. What I mean is,
what I want to do. But hold on. What I'm doing with this is I'm dealing with it. I've had him we have a weekly conference call, and he's going on about Antifa and the Democrat, no action Democrats, or the no deed or whatever, and I got to grin and bear it, and because I'm making $1,000 a day. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, okay, how much do your morals cost? How much did it cost me to quit comedy? How much did it quit doing the things that I love to do? Right? I realized what price sells you
The
out?
question is, how much did comedy cost you?
It saved my life.
But no, let him finish. I want to hear this.
Comedy saved my life. But no,
But go on. I want to hear this.
Okay, no, I have a retirement. I have a couple $100,000 worth of stock. I mean, I have a retirement. I'm just like, I'm doing it.
For what?
Huh?
For what?
Oh, company stock.
No. You have a retirement for what?
No, I have a retirement plan. I have $200,000 worth of stock saved up. I've never saved money my whole life.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What if everything can possibly drop? Honestly, we're in a very weird situation right now. Right. I mean, let's since we joke around a lot, we're always comics, but let's keep it serious for a minute and educated. We could truly, fiscally, we're at a point of break.
Right.
And we know that once the unemployment stops paying this extra, and once people get cut to the core, shit's going to get really ugly.
Right.
Really ugly.
Right.
And
you ever play roulette?
Yeah.
You know how you can put bets on different numbers?
Yeah.
That's my strategy in life.
That's what I'm saying. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Let me not put that down at all. Good job. Like, you're a good dad, you're a good provider, all that. Here's the thing. I've rolled by life. Now, you have a house, right? And you bought a house?
Yeah.
Okay. You own a house, and that's great. Like,
and the other property in Studio City. I mean,
okay. So you have houses in this now, right? And all this. Right. Now,
I want to rent out that place in Studio City. I wanted to rent the driveway.
I'm going to make it a toga party. I'm going to make it a 24-hour toga bar.
What place in Studio City?
The little hillside place. It's 25. I own 25 feet of Ventura Boulevard. It's 25 feet wide.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. Okay, I love you. Okay, so let me do this. Watch this. So what I'm saying is, there's what you've done. That's great. Like, seriously, no put down, nothing.
Oh yeah.
I have literally floated through life being a teacher, being a fuck up. I've been in movies. I've been in weeds.
You've saved people's lives. You've changed people's minds.
No, but not only that. But what I'm saying is, like, I've just floated through life, and like a couple of years ago, I was sitting on $100,000 cash. My ex fucked.
He never called us. You know that,
right?
Okay.
No, that's not true. You guys knew me. I've had lots of money. But I'm saying, and I've had little money,
me.
and I've been dead broke. I'm saying I've been here, there, and everywhere.
That's when you call me.
Not true. First of all, let me just tell you:
the smaller the bank account, the longer the fucking pigtail.
First of all, not true. I've known you forever, Drew, and I've always talked to you. But and Fig too, who's across the country, I've also always kept we've always kept in contact. But the fact, what I'm saying is, like Fig, there's a better example than me. Fig's doing great in life. Everything's cool. He's in love, and he's happy. And things have worked out great for Fig in that he found love and happiness. But what I'm saying, Drew, is Fig. Are you sure? Are you worried about money right now?
No.
Are you worried about how many cars you got?
3.
Me?
And I'm a glutton. I need to get rid of one of them.
Put in none of the work you put in, Drew.
You know what?
I'm not putting you down at all because I love you. And your work is paid off.
But you know what, Dave? I'm not so like goal oriented. I'm not so like I'm drawing towards success. I push away from failure. I just hate the taste of defeat, and I despise it so much. I was fed it so much. I was bullied as a kid. I was homeschooled. I was bullied as a kid. I mean, I was, you know, I just had a rough life in the regard of just people pushing me down and not letting me breathe. And
You know what's funny? As a kid, I stuck up for you.
What's
Honestly, as a kid, I was the guy who stuck up for you. I'm not even kidding.
There's a couple of guys in life. I was a leaf that didn't blossom, man. I just, you know, I didn't, that picture I put up today, when I was 20, I just started not hating myself. You know, I just started like thinking, you know, and I look back at myself, man, I was a good looking kid, you know, I was a good looking guy. And just,
Drew, you're one of my heroes. Shut up, dude. You're one of my heroes.
But you know what? You got to believe, like, you know, it's like, remember that Spider-Man where
he found himself. It took Drew a while to find himself.
Yeah, no,
it took
remember
Drew a while to
Spider-Man
find
where
himself.
he didn't believe in himself, you know?
Yeah.
That was kind of like he had the power. He could climb up buildings and shoot people in the face with his hand jism or whatever that shit was, you know, but he didn't, like, when he lost that, he lost his power, you know? And it's like, I never had it. When I was in my late 20s, I started making money and I healed all the wounds from being deprived. I remember being 10 years old and stepping over junkies in my front yard that had needles sticking out of their arms. And that was just part of life. You know, I remember
you had a front yard.
Wait, no. Let me just tell you. Wait, let me just point out. Drew's mom used to grow junkies. So it wasn't that it was a bad thing. She actually grew junkies. So it was a prospering garden of junkies.
My mom came to my show at the Canoga Bowl, right? And I'm on stage and I don't see my mom. The room cleared out, right? I'm on stage anyway, right? The room clears out. And there was nobody in the room, right? So I do my thing. I bring up the next guy. I go in the room and there's 40 comics in a circle, right? And they're all piled around. My mom standing in the middle of the room smoking her Virginia Slim longs, right? And laughing her ass off. And the comics all she got like 8 phone numbers and comics used to call her up and try their jokes on her. Like she was like she was the biggest hit in the fucking room. It's just like, but she didn't even watch my set. It was hysterical.
I just think it's insane, as old as you were when you started, that your mom was alive.
Right?
No. But what I'm saying is,
my mom's watched me eat a dick on stage. That's true. It's special.
What I'm saying is, look at the three of us right here, right?
He interrupt and give you pointers.
But if you look at the three of us right here.
No. Tell them they should have went over the wall.
Okay. So if I can grab this back for a minute,
grab the
look at the three of us here, and what I'm saying is, it's a situation. It's a situation where none of us, like, okay, so sub us with 3 other comics, make Fig Bombo.
Bombo?
Yeah, remember Bombo? Bombo Belford?
Bombo?
You remember Bombo Belford, right?
I don't.
From he would go by Sportsman's Lodge. He was always drunk, reddish haired, did one-liners, always caused problems.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I kind of remember him. Yeah.
And he was like,
Bombo.
George Bush is not a bad person. He just hangs out with the wrong crowd.
Yes.
I remember that dude.
Okay, funny dude, right. But anyway, he's homeless with a dog, crazy somewhere.
He was one of those
lost his mind. Total. But this is the thing, Fig. Think of the time and think of how he was and think who else was kind of like him. And now Bombo's living in Union Station with a dog. Okay, so then you got Drew over here, right? You got Drew right here. And Drew got a successful gig going on. He's got a home. He's got another property. He's got his shit going on, like, in his life. He did comedy and this and that, but he's got his shit going on. Then you got Perry Kurtz. Or no, I'm sorry. I might be the more comparable with Perry. The point I'm making is the three of us are surviving pretty well. We're lucky.
Hey, you know, Dave, bringing up, I mean, one of the reasons I support you so much, I mean, my heart, is a single parent. It's so hard because you can't be you. You have to be them. You know what I'm saying? You have to be their shepherd.
You have to give up everything.
You give up everything, you know? I mean, I think you on the road, you know, which the damage you could do.
1 hour. One
mean-
hour. Right now, 1 hour.
Yeah. I mean, just you on the road, you could tear it up. You'd be a 10,000 overnight act. And, you know,
I appreciate that. You
You
know,
know,
how many,
just-
you know, when I started, I had to turn down gigs all the time because I had my kids all the time.
right.
And my first ex was like doing her thing, and then now I'm full time again, which I don't mind because like I said, my youngest is so much fun.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just
No, you just, you know, you change, your priorities change.
Yeah.
This gig that I have that's made it for me is I was able to change it from being out in the field to just working from home. So it was easy for me to handle the kids when they were still finishing
yeah.
you know, stuff and everything, and just
and you got good kids though. You got good kids. Your son's a good guy. I've always liked your son.
Thank you so much. I try. You know, I try.
Yeah,
I
no,
really-
you've raised good kids. I mean, you dealt with a crazy ex. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I know. Trust me, I know.
Yeah. Every
I
fucking
just, oh, dude, amazing. But you know, it's funny. But you know what? But she's already claimed I'm not Jewish. I have herpes, and I raped women. It's
Right.
like what? Do you know? Do you know she tried to get a restraining order against me? Do you know why?
What?
Because she told the judge this. I swear to Jesus, we went there. I went there for the restraining order. I had a letter from my first ex-wife saying, like, no, this guy, he's an asshole, but he's never, ever been threatening or anything physical. And it literally said, he's an asshole. Yeah, he's an asshole. Because she said, I won't lie. She goes, you're an asshole, but you've never, ever made me feel threatened or anything physically. I've never, ever touched a woman. And so anyway, she was trying to get a restraining order. I didn't even know what she was going to say. So we get in front of the
Burger,
court,
you're
right?
missing out. Dude, you're missing out. You need to hit one. You're missing
Well,
out.
watch this. No, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Follow me. Oh, you're gonna love this, Fig. You're gonna love this. I show up to the court.
Fucking,
The
every
judge-
once in a while, you're missing
the
out.
judge-
I'm just saying, you go around the planet once.
The judge- The judge is a black woman. Or I'm sorry, the judge is a Latin woman. She's heavyset. The reporter and the bailiff are both black women. My
You need to
ex-wife,
go over some fucking.
my ex-wife, Fig, my ex-wife, 18 years younger than me, 6 feet tall, black. These people hated me so much when I walked into the courtroom. I had my pigtails at the time. They couldn't have hated me more. And
Dude,
so I get in there and they fucking hate me. And I went to say something. They go, sir, hold on. And I'm like, holy shit. And I don't say anything. I'm just like, okay, I get this. You know, I know what's going on. Anyway, so she starts talking. And the judge is like, ma'am, please tell us, you know, how this horrible fucking white piece of shit fucking destroyed you and took everything from you
First
and
off,
butt fucked
dude,
you when you never wanted to be butt
Did you
fucked.
just stand up and say, I'm not white, I'm
Take your
Jewish?
time.
Oh, wait, but follow this. So basically the judge is like, ma'am, please go ahead and tell us why we should throw him in jail and have him murdered. And she goes like this. And so my ex goes like this. She goes, well, Your Honor. She goes, well, he said that he was a substitute teacher and he's a substitute teacher's aide. And everything gets super quiet. And I go, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I don't know if I can talk. She goes,
You're
go
more
ahead.
reliable than the substitute.
I go, Your Honor, I don't know if I could talk. She goes, go ahead. I go, I have my teaching ID right here with me. Can I give it to you? She goes, okay. I go, it shows I'm a full-time special education teacher. She looks at it and she goes, ma'am, what are you talking about? She goes, okay. She goes, okay. Well, he's banned at the Comedy Store from Pauly Shore. I swear to Jesus. I swear to fucking Jesus. She says this. And me and the judge look at each other like, what? And I go, I guess I am. Like, he doesn't like me. And and the judge
But
goes,
his mom did. His mom
the
loved him.
judge literally goes, I said that. I go, his mom passed me, so he doesn't like me. And that's why my name's right there, because Mitzi Shore passed me. But
Right.
but this is the thing. So she said that though. She said, I swear to Jesus, I wish I was lying. I wish I was lying. And she said this, and then the judge goes, ma'am, What does that have to do with anything? She goes, ma'am, is your daughter with you? And she goes, no. I go, she's with me, Your Honor. She goes, because right now, I go, no, Your Honor, she's staying with her mom. She has her own room. She's welcome to have our daughter anytime. And she goes, well, I can't, right? She goes, ma'am, if you're worried about your safety and your daughter's safety, why wouldn't you want your daughter? She goes, well, he's not going to hurt my daughter. Well, you added your daughter in the complaint. She goes, well, never mind. And the judge goes, okay, ma'am, you're making absolutely no sense. She said that, but you're making no sense. I'm dismissing this whole thing. So anyway, we went to the whole court case. She files in Compton just to be a bitch, so I have to go to Compton. Then I do all this. In the end, she doesn't even show up to the last date, and I just get full legal and physical custody, and it's for nothing. Everything for nothing. Insanity, but that's the insanity of the world.
Right.
That's what goes on everywhere. And so to back it up for a second, Drew, when you talk about Trump or you talk about Biden, all you're talking about is two rich dickholes, white dudes that are so far beyond me, you, or any of us in money that we don't exist to them, either of them. And that's what I'm saying is it's all ridiculous. It's all smoke and mirrors and fun and games. The masks, or wearing a mask or not wearing a mask, you have no more knowledge that someone should wear a mask than that someone shouldn't wear a mask. None of us.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Well, what I mean is scientifically, everybody's doctors and scientists back them up.
Right.
Scientifically, everyone has scientific proof to what they're saying.
I need a beer.
And so my point being is, I personally am not sure whatsoever what this whole thing is. Like, I don't know what this virus is. I don't know what any of it is. What I do know is I'm super confused. And none of it makes sense. The numbers don't add up. But it still scares the shit out of me that me or my daughter or son or oldest daughter can get it. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
So I'm like my logical side says the numbers don't make sense and it's political. My fear factor of being a father scares the shit out of me. If I wasn't a father, I wouldn't give two fucks about any of this.
Right. Well, you have the same drive that I do. You push away from failure. You can't fail. That's not an option.
And so as a father, I have to take the disease.
As a parent, there's no try. It's not yoga.
Yeah.
You can't, there's no try. It's not, you have to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, exactly right. So.
And so I have to be in fear of the whole thing, and I have to take it serious because it could take away my kids.
Sure.
And that's what I'm saying. So that's why I say, so when someone does or doesn't wear a mask, I don't know how I feel about them.
Taking over. What? That.
Are you trying to force somebody to have sex with you, Drew?
I thought we were having sex. I was going to leave a couple of dollars on the pillow and just call it a night. I just thought it was
Where
done.
did Fig go?
Huh?
Where did the Figster go?
I don't know. Yeah, I think he was pretty blotto.
I love him. He is great. I miss him.
I love him so much, man.
Oh, Fig's the best.
You know.
Fig's one of the good ones.
No, you know, he said something that was really relevant to it. He said, the Sportsman's Lodge, he said, I never went to college. He said, that was my dorm. That was my college days, you know?
Yeah.
And it just, you know, we were consistent 3 fucking years, every Friday and Saturday night. And just, you know, showed up. It was like the Rat Pack. There's always a party, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it was an amazing thing.
But no, it was good times.
You know, you grew. I mean, you grew and as a comic, but you have the kids, you know, it's like, you know, it's hard to deal with the wolf when you got a basket in your hands. You know what I'm saying?
You got to make choices. You know what it was? I didn't have the choices. There's a lot of people out there that are like, you know, blah, 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 blah. Like, you know, you're like me. You didn't have the choice. We had our kids. It wasn't like we were pretending like it wasn't like we were dads, but the moms took care of the kids and we were really kind of gone and the divorce happened and blah, blah, blah. And we didn't really care. It was more like we had to take care of our kids because no one else was gonna. So it was
Exactly.
real full time.
Right.
So we couldn't do shows and we couldn't do certain things. We
But
couldn't
he's
go
up.
certain places.
Figures up.
Big yeah.
Fig.
Oh my God. Does anyone know, is this a thing? Because if not, I've invented it, but it's women.
Okay.
The W.
The big W.
I don't know if anyone's ever done this,
That's
but this is my new thing for supporting women. I support women.
Okay. Live for the vagina.
It's the big W. It's the two vaginas.
That's how I started my show with the.
I mean, those wrists look familiar, man. Those wrists look familiar. Is all I'm saying.
The vaginas. Women. The
what
big
was
W.
the song? What was the song Eileen did? Occupy my vagina.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, I'll be your hyena.
She's so funny. You know, see, that's what I mean, though. I love Eileen. She's great. But she comes from she's one of the ones that's like, oh, well, you know, my family was kind of working class. No, they weren't, liar. They were rich Jews. Stop it.
Yeah, no, she needs like WD.
Well, there's working class Jews.
No, but her parents weren't. I looked people up. You can't fuck with me. I will research you. Always. I research anyone who fucking wants to throw shit out there like they went through hell. Because when you try to make your life like mine, I get pissed. Because I'm not trying to make my life like David Peltzer's. You know who David Peltzer is?
I know the name.
He's the guy who wrote the book, The Child Called It, and, you know, Dave, because they call me Dave and this and that. It was, the Child Called It was one of the greatest books ever written that every teacher ever should have to read. Anyway.
Dave, what class do you teach?
I'm special ed, but he went through massive abuse and everything else and ended up being a Pulitzer Prize winning author. What?
You're a football coach.
I wish. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I wish I fucked girls. No. Here's the thing. So David Peltzer did this whole thing, right? The point being, other than fucking Fig's eyebrows, the point being is Peltzer did the whole thing and he wrote the book and he did all this. What was my point, Drew? Fucking Fig threw me off.
David tells. Oh, shit. Your point was that being a writer gives you an advantage because you can write your own.
Oh no! My life wasn't David Peltzer's.
No, you know
I
what?
wasn't
Having a kid.
I wasn't put in a bathroom with bleach. My face wasn't smashed against a mirror. My mom was a whore, like a prostitute. My dad was killed when I was young, but I was never abused. I ended up stabbing my mom's husband, my stepfather, but I was never abused. I wasn't raped. It wasn't like his life. And I'm saying, so I don't pretend to have his life. And I hate when people pretend to have my life. And I hate that because I had to live it. I wouldn't pretend to have his life because he actually had to live it. And so Eileen, as much as I like her, pretends to have had any sort of struggle in her life whatsoever. And like so many liberals pretends
Liberals
that she had.
Hold on. Liberals.
Well, both. You know what? I apologize. You know what? I'm going to apologize. You're right, Drew. You're right. People with money who want to do it, and you're so right, because a million of the Republicans and the right and all that do the same shit. They give their hard work story like Trump's fucking $1 million loan. Fuck you, dude. Your $1 million loan at that time was like $10 million. Like, don't spend $1 million back when you got it.
He inherited hundreds of millions.
He inherited so much fucking money he'd never have to work a day in his life.
Right. If he took his money, if he took his 100 million and put it in the stock market in the 70s,
do you guys,
he'd have 20 billion, not 6. So,
yeah.
You know.
Go on, Trump. Go on, Trump. I said Trump. Go on, Figgy.
I was just going to say, you know why Hunter and Ashley actually got camera time in front of Biden the other day? It's not a joke. because they're his connection.
Who?
Fucking, they're massive fucking heads. Massive. Like
Who?
Who?
the kids. The
Who?
kids.
The guy on first. Who? The guy playing first.
Ashley who?
Biden.
Ashley Biden?
Hold on. We got a new conspiracy theory?
No, it's not a conspiracy. That's like saying LA Gem tells you where to buy weed. It's not a conspiracy.
No. Well, I mean, it's a simple fact. Like here's my thing. I don't care whatever you think of Trump because you're probably right. But the fact that anyone could vote for Biden is horrible. That they're no different than Trump. They're exactly the same. Like they're absolutely no. The guy, no. They're just as rich. Their money came from just as horrible places. Let me just tell you about Kamala. Her parents had money. It's a lie. I've already researched that deeply. Her dad was a fucking engineer. He had money. They were rich. They weren't poor whatsoever.
Johnny over here. Johnny actually put $80 in a girl's snatch last week because he wants to come into money. Anyway, I think I'm done. But no,
we're done.
Make your point about Kamala. I'd fuck her.
Ugh. See, there's few girls I wouldn't fuck, and that's definitely one. Because you know why?
Why?
She's so blah. Like, just to smoke weed or to hang out with Snoop Dogg, but then put people in jail for weed, to do shit like that. Like, Snoop Dogg is the biggest fraud fuck cunt in the world. That piece of shit. That's what I'm saying. You know what it was? I actually knew Nipsey Hussle. Like, said hi to him almost every day.
Right.
Talked to him a couple times a week.
Okay.
None of these motherfuckers wanted anything to do with this dude. They were doing everything they could to shut this motherfucker down. Every one of them, Snoop Dogg, Dre, every one of them was coming after this motherfucker. Then when he died, seriously, all of them were his best friends. And that's what I'm saying. That's the bullshit and all. And so, like Snoop Dogg, these people are garbage. They're the worst. He's a fraud. He was never in a gang. He was never in a bad neighborhood. And he grew up middle class. His fucking cousins are Warren G. Yeah.
I call him Snoop Fogg because that's what he tries to fucking perpetuate. The Snoop Fogg.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable the fraud they put forth. Because like Dre grew up middle class in Ladera Heights. It's lies. Ice-T parents were mega rich. Fuck that. Watch this. Bruce Lee's dad was a famous actor, opera singer. Did you know that? Did you know that the fucking restaurant where Bruce Lee was a busboy was a family's friend's restaurant that he worked in while he hung out in fucking America because he was a rich kid asshole? Like, who knew? I loved Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee were my heroes.
He actualized himself. He brought it forward, and he just became the best at what he did. He practiced it and everything else.
He didn't, though. They sped up the film. It was proven. They showed it. They sped up the film. It wasn't even him.
My ex-wife and I made a sex tape, and I heard the same accusation. And
but Bruce Lee's parents had mad money, and he was just a rich kid dick. You know who Bruce Lee really was? He was the Asian guy in Karate Kid, the second one. That's who Bruce Lee really was. And then they sent him to America because they had enough money to. Then they got him back so he could make a film because they had so much money to. I mean, that's insanity to think that all the other poor Chinese people had money to send their kids back and forth. They didn't. But we think we hear these stories and we don't think James Dean was gay for pay. Like, that's the reality behind everything, is that James Dean was a gigolo. James Dean was a gay gigolo. Everything else is a fraud. The world is fake. That's the deal. So Trump, Biden, all of it's fake.
Hold on. He died in a cool car crash. You got to admit that.
Yeah, he did do that. That's the truth.
Him and Kinnison,
he did die in a cool car crash. Kinnison was real.
Yeah.
You know what's fun?
I heard he's getting a blowjob on the way to Vegas.
Yeah.
All right, and he was steering with his feet, and that's why he crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
exactly what happened.
Okay, and his wife? His wife?
Wasn't his wife giving him the
I'm calling
blowjob?
bullshit.
No?
I'm calling
No.
Really?
bullshit on that.
Yeah.
I'm calling
yeah.
bullshit on that because the fucking blowjob would have kicked in fucking 6 miles north of the grapevine. That
It is a true story. That is what was happening. That is what happened.
Fucking play. Come on. Let's get my dick sucked on the fucking
Thanks,
101. Get the fuck out of
It
here.
is what happened. But
Oh my
but
God. Not only that.
but that's what I mean. Kinnison was
4
great.
hours to bust a nut. It might have taken him 4 hours because he was like a fucking superstar. He filled up with the fucking gas.
Oh,
He was
superstars
like,
take longer to.
nut.
How long does it take
Yeah,
to come
he
when you're
was
staring with your
busting
feet on the freeway?
mosquitoes on his teeth more than his nuts were getting bucked. Get the fuck out of here.
I got on the freeway at Rinaldi. I'd come by Aqua Dulce. I used to have this one. I used to have this girlfriend. Her best friend used to suck me
He was
off
like,
all
I'm
the
up
time.
here by
And- yeah.
Aquadildo. I'm good.
No, yeah, I swear to God. I swear to God. Okay, so I had a girlfriend, and it was actually an old friend of mine's girlfriend, and so she was my girlfriend, but I was banging her best friend, and so then me and her best friend would always go for these rides, and she'd blow me, and I'd get on the freeway of Rinaldi and fucking Sepulveda, and at the 405, and then I'd get on, and then by the time we hit Aqua Dulce, I was busting and getting off and coming back.
Okay.
little up north head. But yeah. So anyway, but yeah. So I mean, I'm not trying to be like fuck everything, But the reality is, what I'm saying is, until people like you and me and those of us that are like Drew makes more money than me and you, but we all right now are doing okay. In the sense that we're all getting by, we're all surviving in this.
Hey, Dave, my kids are finished with college. I'm on the other side.
Yeah, I'm telling you, my T-cell count is currency.
Like my money doesn't come in and go right out. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I'm just saying there's a light at the end of the fucking tunnel. You know what I'm saying? So you got to just, with kids, bringing up kids and surviving, that's hard. Getting your kids, like when Gracie got pregnant, right? Most Christian, go to church girl you ever met in your whole life. She gets pregnant. The little boy caught her the month she turned 18, right? Now, what am I going to do with her, right? I put her in college. I said, you got to finish, right? And we finished. It took 6 years to get a 4-year degree, but only 2% of the girls in college that are pregnant finish. 2%.
Oh, yeah.
And it was an act of Congress. It took all of my focus. I didn't develop any wealth then. I got the house because we needed more space. You know what I'm saying? And luckily I picked the right house and it went up. That's my story. But while
mine are on full rides. Mine are on full rides.
You'll get it. You'll get it because
I'm trying to tell you, my oldest and my son, my 19-year-old daughter and my 17-year-old son are both on full rides.
What does that mean?
They pay nothing. They're on full academic scholarships.
Oh, okay.
They don't pay room and board. They don't pay. I haven't paid one penny. I mean, I give them money all the time. I give them money nonstop.
Of course you do.
But I don't pay anything for their college or anything, and they don't pay anything for their college because they both got academic scholarships. They're ridiculous.
My daughter moved out with the baby, when she was, baby was 4. I just couldn't take the crying and everything else. and she lived out elsewhere because she was able to get assistance.
Mm-hmm.
She couldn't get it. She lived at home here, and I needed a break. And I love my granddaughter, I mean, more than life. I mean, but the system did work. She did get advantages as a single mom, and we made it, and I helped her.
Wait, someone left Gracie?
What do you mean?
Someone didn't stay with Gracie?
Her baby daddy?
Yeah.
I can't talk about him.
Yeah, don't. I'll talk about. He's an idiot. I remember her. She was a gem. That kid was a gem.
No, her dad was a football star. He was a good-looking kid with tattoos and earrings, and they called him freaks. He was just whatever. She was the most innocent lamb. You know what I'm saying? And just whatever. But the fact is, him aside, my granddaughter, you saw on the mic tonight, no fear. No fear.
Yeah.
No fucking fear. She'll you know, by the time she's 16,
Went
she'll be
straight up there.
I mean, yeah, you know. And that's
But Gracie
you know,
was a doll. I remember Gracie. All your kids were sweeties.
right. No, but
You
Grace
got
is
good kids.
soft. Yeah, the one that's in New York's more spunky. Grace has always been soft. And just,
What's the one in New York doing? Well, what's the other one? What's her name?
Nancy.
Yeah. What's she doing?
She was getting $1,000 a week, you know, from unemployment. She was doing fine.
That's my oldest. What's funny is my oldest one that's up at university. She's going for psychology. She's on a whole full ride, but she was working at Starbucks. So I told her, I said, hey, because she had no idea about it. I said, baby, file the fucking unemployment, and she did, and she ended up getting like $7,000-8,000.
Good dad. There you go.
And so
Nancy's we've been on top of whatever she could do. But what happened was 2 years ago, she moved out of here because her two besties moved to New York, right?
Okay.
And she finished Valley College. She got her degree in communications. So she moves to New York because her besties are there. And she's flipping around to this job, that job. She's, Dad, I want to become a real estate broker. I said, honey,
Nice.
you know, that job, that's commission only. You know, you work 3 or 4 months to hopefully make a deal, and if it doesn't close, you got no money. I said, that's not how you start out in life. You know, that's a great job if you have you're a couple, whatever. I said, how about something servicing the real estate business? And we talked about this and that, and we wound up on appraisals, right? Being an appraiser, right? I said, you know, why don't we learn because Nancy wanted to buy real estate. So I said, why don't you find out what it takes to be an appraiser in New York? So she signs up. All of a sudden, we talked about it, and the next thing I know, she's in classes. Right.
Nice.
And she got her license in 6 fucking weeks, and she has to apprentice for 2 years. That 2 years is up in March.
Nice.
And we've been over the rainbow. She's working for the top guy in New York. She's his top assistant, and she's killing it. And once she gets licensed next year with all these foreclosures and all the nonsense going on, she's going to just kill it. She'll make $100,000.
Oh yeah.
$150,000. So while she's going through the apprenticeship, they only give her a few $100s a month as an apprentice. She started working in high-end restaurants, and that's what she's COVID. So she's working in these high-end restaurants. We went to it was called STK. Yeah, no, STK. No, my sister Gal worked. She worked her way through college, giving hand jobs in fucking clubs in the back in the 70s and the 80s. But she's good at it.
Back when they were just finger jobs.
Finger jabs.
Thanks, man.
You put the whole hand into it.
It comes out of retirement on that one. So Nancy's doing this thing with this high-end restaurant. We went to STK out here. She worked at STK. The STK in Manhattan is a 5 building, right? She's working the roof in the snow, but she's killing it. She says, Dad, I go up there, I make $800 a night, and she's just killing it. And we went to STK out here. For dinner for 5 people was $800. That's the company she worked for.
How much?
And $800 for 5 people, right? So she's out there and she's working for these tips. She's Dad, 5 suits came in. We made $1,500 in tips. I had to cut it up with everybody. She said, I made $800 a night. So that's what she's doing. She's doing this thing. So she had this focused job, this appraisal thing, and then she had this excellent. She wanted to dress nice during the day. She said, I want a job in the restaurant. I dress nice at night, and that's why she went out to a high-end club. She just figured this all out, and so she was like doing great before COVID. COVID comes because she's earning so much money. She's getting $1,000 a week. So she moved to Brooklyn. She's got an apartment she lives with 2 young gay guys, a nice couple, and they travel. So she has an apartment by herself. She has a backyard and a rooftop. And
nice.
She's like just killing it, just fucking killing it.
Well, yeah.
And but you know what? The comedy, she did the comedy classes. She met Bob Saget. She actually made Bob Saget introduce when I was bringing the kids to the Laugh Factory for comedy classes. She made me Bob Saget introduce himself to me. She's got to be my dad. So I go to Bob Saget. I say, hey, I'm Drew Ercolano. I'm an amateur comedian. And he goes, so am I. And it was fucking funny. But
that's badass. Normally Bob Saget will only meet young girls. That's weird.
But no, the kids' comedy, it just touched on so many things. It made me so much more of a person. I'm a Scientologist. That didn't do it. I'm a used car dealer. That certainly didn't do it. I'm a comic. Wow. You know what I'm saying? It just
So you got to get back into it, Drew.
I'm into it, man. We got show number 1 done. You know, we did it. You know,
Well, there you go.
It's gonna be Drew's backyard. We're gonna fight through COVID and ignorance.
Where's that 25 feet on Ventura?
It's at Ventura and Colfax. So the 25 feet wide, 60 feet flat on the south side is a little car lot. Okay. And
Wait,
then
25 feet wide, 60 feet
deep. It's the flat spot on Ventura Boulevard. None of the neighbors are parked. One neighbor has parking one way, and the next 8 lots east are all hillside.
Where on Ventura Boulevard?
By Colfax. East of Colfax. East of Laurel Canyon. Between Laurel
Wait a
Canyon.
second. Okay, I'm at Colfax right now. There's the shopping center right there. There's the
Weed
7-Eleven.
store. Weed store. No,
Yeah,
that's
urban.
7-Eleven's Tahunga.
Yeah, you went too far.
You went too far.
Oh, okay, I'm backing up. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so if you go to Tahunga, there's 7-Eleven. There's a self-storage place the next block down, and there's my place. It's 25 feet wide. I've got a billboard sign that he snuck in and got on the property somehow. I've got a sign on the boulevard, the little car lot. You go up the stairs, right? 52 steps. That's where the house is.
There's a house?
There's a used car lot office, right, that I rent out with the car lot. And then upstairs is the house. That's where my daughter, my son, and my granddaughter live. And they put the blow-up swimming pool in the backyard this summer. But yeah, we encroached on the neighbor's property. We encroached on the city property. We just, it's. But I own 25 feet wide, and it's an.
If it was a
illegal
movie, it would be called Carlotto's Way.
But I'm just trying to picture this. Where the fuck this is? There's a car lot.
It's the wackiest. I bought it. I rented it when I was 29. And I bought it when I was 34. I rented it 31 years ago.
Who do you rent it to now?
I rented to this young kid that's a dealer. His dad's a dealer, and we've been like working it out together. Last month, I charged him $2,200 a month, and the commissions that he made from me was $2,000. I brought him business where I paid him $2,000 worth of action, so he's rented my car lot for $200 a month. He's the luckiest guy in the world because he's working behind me. He has the dealer's license. I don't. I do all my business. I do all my business through him. I let him handle all the.
Got you. Okay, so you do all the sales through him.
I do all the sales, but he handles all the paperwork.
Yeah, it's his name.
Leor, Leor. And
no, I didn't say what is his name. I said it's his name.
Yeah. He's the dealer. So I own the property. But
remember, we're live, Drew.
Right. It's okay. No, I'm not doing anything wrong. I do all my business through a legal, lawful dealer. But I don't carry the dealer's license. I don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I think that's a brilliant way to do it.
And he's happy. He's in there for free, right? Because I hustle. He's getting the benefit of my hustle. He's getting my benefit of buying and selling cars for 40 years, for free. So he's probably
you're definitely. That's amazing. Okay, I'm going to sleep.
Okay.
I will see you guys. Drew, happy birthday.
I hope you find somebody to sleep with you. Stay out of trouble. Don't drink and drive. Don't drink and text. That's the worst one. Don't drink and text.
I don't have a car yet, Drew. I'm getting it from you tomorrow.
Okay. We got to talk about it. I drove it. I didn't like it.
No?
Drew.
No, there's something weird with the wheels or the shocks or something. We have to do it on Monday. I got to bring it to the mechanic. I didn't like it.
Okay, let me know.
All right, babe.
Okay, we'll talk.
All right. Fig, I love you, man. God bless you.
I'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.